Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, this is Cedric. Doing another video. I hope the previous videos that I've done relating to real estate has benefited someone somewhere. I'm going to keep making these videos. For some odd reason, when I go back and look at the previous videos, I always see where improvements need to be made. Such as lighting, I guess, is one. Let's see. Oh, too much. We're gonna see if we can turn it a little bit. I guess something. Let's see. As you know, my passion is pre-foreclosures, of course. How to help you, the consumer, understand the process and what you can do. I guess for starters, we should always look at the process itself, the entire process, pre-foreclosure. That may mean something different for you because as far as I'm concerned, there's pre-foreclosure and then there's foreclosure. Foreclosure is a legal action that is used to take something from you. A lot of people only relate that action to taking real estate. It can be real estate. It can be tractors, trailers, vehicles. I see vehicles all the time in that process also. Farm equipment. If you ever thought about starting a equipment rental business and you have thought about getting huge loans from a bank, think a piece of equipment costs $50,000. You go get a loan for $50,000 when you can easily search the pre-foreclosure list, especially the county or parish websites. You will go to the clerk of court in that county or parish, their website, and look for share sales, Louisiana. Other places would be trustee sales. And look, and you're going to have a tab. The tab will let you look at real estate properties. No, it'll let you look at real estate properties, but you want movable and non-movable tabs. Those items there. The movable tabs is what you're looking for. If you want to talk about a rental business, and you may think it's not lucrative, but say you find a piece of equipment on there, you get in touch with the owner. It'll take a little work, but it's worth it. All you need is their name and find them before that foreclosure takes place. You have to make up the back payments or come up with some agreement with the lender. And then once you get control of that, and you have to make the payments on time, because that's what you're going to promise these people, the actual mortgagor. And we'll get to that a little later. The mortgagor is not the lender. The mortgagor is the consumer, the person that's having the difficulty making the payments and that's going through the foreclosure process. That's the mortgagor. And once you can settle all that, get the payments actively going again, what you can do is take that equipment and you're going to need a trailer, of course, so you can kind of make it convenient. And you're going to rent the trailer as well as the piece of equipment. Say if it's just a weekend, because you have a lot of weekend warriors out there. Because we have been conditioned that it is necessary for us to work 40 hours a week, if we're lucky, for a gold watch and a potential retirement, that in the hope that it's not taken from us. But history shows us the great works of this society, where they start stripping things from us. We're not going to get into that because this video would turn out to be 8 hours long. And I don't think I can speak that long. Nevertheless, if you get that equipment and a trailer off of Craigslist, put the equipment on the trailer and say, you can rent this. Rental agreement and the whole 9 yards. You can rent it for 1 day for, $500. Compared to another rental company say, oh no, if you're gonna rent it for the day, we need $2,000. They're gonna go with you, because then all they have to do is come back up their truck, connect to the hitch, off they go. You have just created a business that you don't have to monitor that hard. Not hard. You have to keep track of it, of course. But also what you will have to do is let that make money for you, and allow that money to pay the mortgage, to pay the agreed upon payment. And at some point, just like anything else, it'll be paid off. But your funds won't be used. It has to be all legal though. There are many ways to make money. And the way I think, you need income streams across various areas of society. So if one stops working, you have others that are still producing. That way, you will eliminate financial shortcomings. And that would actually keep a happy household. Starting with you, of course. Because if you're not happy, no one else is going to be happy either. And what it also does, and I'm big on this, it frees up your time. If you can generate income that you do not have to work hard, labor for, that time that you have just not created, that time that you allocated for work, you can actually take it back and use it for yourself, for your family, where you want to spend the time, as well as other things. I guess we need to get back in foreclosures. I strayed off a little. I'm prone to do that, so I need people to help me out. Let's see. Pre-foreclosures. When you are interested in a home, a real estate professional will approach you. As a reference, somebody referred them to you or whatever. The questions you should ask them is this: what value are you bringing to the table? What are you going to show me that I already do not know? What will please forgive me. That was my stepdaughter. I'm gonna have to call her back. This video shouldn't be much longer, maybe another 5 minutes, I hope. The questions you want to ask your real estate agent is, or your potential real estate agent. Ask them some questions so they know. Tell me something about the lien that will be placed on the property that I am purchasing. Why can't I or can I not change the terms of the lien or mortgage, however you want to look at it? Because all a mortgage is a lien, and you give that to the bank. They give you the paperwork to sign. Your real estate agent should, because they're getting paid to do this, go over that with you. And what you don't like, draw a line through. And my favorite preference, I have to say this before I get any further. I should have said this at the beginning of the video. Nothing I say is giving legal advice. That would be wrong. Only attorneys, licensed individuals, can do that for you, as well as tax implications. That you need to consult a CPA or an accountant on that. Everything I do is for entertainment purposes only. Always remember that. Now, to get back, when you are going through this quote unquote mortgage that you think the bank is giving you, don't do that like that. Anything that you don't like in the documents, draw a line through. Give it back to them, say revise it, and then we can move forward. Prepayment penalty, that's garbage. You can draw a line through the due upon sales clause, the acceleration clause, but they kind of won't move forward if they have that. And the due upon sales clause were placed in mortgages, I guess, because after the 80s or during the 1980s, if I'm not mistaken, because what the banks didn't want, or what lenders didn't want because they were missing out, that people would come in, buy a property subject to, or one of those creative purchasing methods that I love, and then their interest rates went up. The Federal Reserve, those crooks, raised the interest rates, and then the banks knew they was missing out because people were buying subject to, so they couldn't capitalize on these brand new interest rates that generated more income, because they're all about making money off of you and not spending a dime. Let's get back to it. Look at what you read. First, read it. Look at it. See what you don't like. Draw a line through it. It's a contract. You have a right to disagree, because you have to think about it. All contracts do is strip and limit the rights that you already have. Like marriage license. Marriage licenses didn't come into effect until the early 1900s, when the people that have to generate the marriage licenses would benefit from it. Because think about it. If they would not benefit, they would not have monetized it. Anything that is monetized is that for a reason, to benefit someone. Never let no one take advantage of you like that. People got married before. It was a legal right. It's your legal, not legal. It's a right that you have, natural right that you have to marry someone. How did they do it before? Research is the key. Don't take my word or anybody else's word for anything. Cedric, back to foreclosures. Cedric, come on, we gotta do better. Okay, let's get into the foreclosure. What gives a lender a right to foreclose is the documents that you did not read. Your real estate professional did not tell you to read it, and did not read it themselves because they were too worried. Now, this is not all real estate professionals. There are some dynamite real estate professionals out there. Mortgage originators, the whole 9 yards. But then there are some that are inadequate in their profession. And I'm not here to bash them. But that's fine. They can be inadequate. That's why they have people like me to give you information, to help you do research on your own so you can know for sure, so you can ask the necessary questions that you need to ask. Like, let's use this scenario. Say I have a job. My job only pays me $2,500 a month. But at the end of every successful year I complete with this company, I get a $50,000 bonus. Now I want to buy a house. What's the perfect loan for me? Well, off with me just thinking instantaneous, the perfect loan for me would be an interest-only loan. That is right, interest only, because that would fit my situation. I go and I want to buy a $200,000 house. Just for example, my loan payment won't decrease because this would be an interest only. But every year, at the end of the year, I can use a portion of my $50,000 to pay down the loan. Then, by paying down the $200,000, say I put $30,000, then that would leave me a balance of $170. Now my loan payment has to reflect $170, not $200, and that's what my monthly payment would be. I use that example because one of the, I'm not going to say worse, I don't totally agree with an amortized loan. Because what it does, it takes your liquid funds away from you. Yes, it pays down the mortgage. Yes, but what it also does is strips money out of your pocket that you can use for something else. Say if you lose your job, say you've been paying on your mortgage 15 years. You have 15 years to go. And all of a sudden you lose your job. Now, if you had a interest-only loan and you saved that extra money, if you would lose your job or medical illness or anything, you would have money to address that. You can't depend on insurance these days because they're always trying to counsel people and doing these crooked things if you don't pay attention to them. I done got way off course in the subject control. Let's give you a little more information about pre-foreclosures, and then we're going to end this video. You do your closing. The bank didn't give you no money. They say they did, but they did not. Yes, you are buying a house with money. And A transaction didn't take place. They say it did, but it did not. They did not disclose what they were doing. So now you're making your payments, and all of a sudden you can't make your mortgage payments anymore. Here they come with the same document that you did not read, or your real estate professional did not read for you and highlight and tell you the pitfalls in that. Now, if you are in a title theory state, title theory state, you're not going to have your deed, because in title theory states, the only time you get the deed is when you completely pay off the mortgage. So the only thing that you are actually working with is ownership. You still have ownership. And this is what is not explained to us, the consumer. Property. Real estate property has title, two forms of title. Legal title, that is equated to the deed, and equitable title, which is equated to ownership of the property. Since you won't have this, the only thing you'll be working with is this one. Now, working with that one, that's what you're selling. If you're selling your property, okay, who's buying it? If they're going to get a loan, they're going to be in the same shoe. The only way they won't do that if they go into their 401k, their IRA, or something like that. Even when you are selling a property and you are selling the title, you don't have to relinquish it. That's what people get confused too about owner financing. You can still sell your property with owner financing. So owner financing or contract for deed or another form. Contract for deeds are great because what a contract for deed does is it allows you not to convey the deed that you don't have already until the end, once all obligations have been satisfied. And what that will do, and there's a lot of questions pertaining to there. It's a great way to purchase, in my opinion. One of the questions that people say, well, what if the owner dies and the heirs decide not to live up to the obligation that me and the previous seller had? Well, you have a contract that is enforceable because it's legal. Another thing you can do is have the ownership of the deed, even though you don't have it yet. You can open up escrow, and that deed can be placed in escrow. And the ownership rights can be placed in escrow. And once you have satisfied all the terms of the contract, the deed then, if you're in a title theory state, has to be reconveyed. And then it can be reconveyed to you because you are protected using escrow. That's an option. But remember, you have an enforceable contract that is legal. That's all you really need. If you're looking to sell your house, even if you have left it, I don't care. House, mobile home, raw land, I don't care what it is. Doesn't matter where it's at. Anywhere in all 50 states, I buy them. And like I always say, you don't have to sell to me because some people won't. The one thing I do hope that you will do at some point is vet the information I'm saying. Research it. Prove me wrong. You deserve it. You deserve that. So you can be assured that no one is taking advantage of you. You may think I'm here to take advantage of you, but why would I share information if I am? I'm not here to give you lowball offers. That's not my goal. That's a waste of time. I don't go backwards and forward with offers. You tell me your sales price. Yeah, once I do my research on it and I know that I can refinance it at that price, it's a done deal. You'll have your contract today via email. But you have to initiate the conversation. I'm here. You just let me know. And we can move forward. If you left the home is falling apart. Well, home is in semi-decent condition. If it's not livable, you don't know the condition of the home because you just don't know. You need to sell quick, fast, in a hurry. All of these things people look for. If your home is immaculate, your home needs no repair. You worried how you gonna get your money? Can it be secured in a sense? That's why I use promissory notes that are recorded in the courthouse where the property is located. There are many, many ways for you to protect yourself. And my goal is to protect you. If I protect you, I can protect me. And it's a winning situation for everyone. Debt consolidation, divorce, reduction in the workforce, you need to sell, an inherited home that needs too many repairs, you name it, foundation, underwater mortgage, it doesn't matter. Before you get a foreclosure, remember, I'm going to put it up here. It'll either be up here or down here. Subscribe to my channel, please. And every time I make a video, if you hit the bell, which should be down here somewhere, I can keep doing more videos, and then you could see more. And comment. Show me where I need to improve. And when you do that, I can make great changes where my videos can be better. I know one is lighting. Other than that, I hope to see you on the next one. Have a wonderful day. May Yahweh bless you and keep you safe always.